Chosen one, this message was sent to you by God for a purpose, to awaken the greatness inside of you and prepare you for your divine assignment. You have walked through storms no one saw. You have carried silent scars and secret victories. Your nights were filled with questions that weighed on your soul. Now it is time to claim the truth that has been hidden. If this message already speaks to your soul, subscribe, like this video, and comment 77 below. They will try to say it was luck. They will try to dim your spark. But what they do not know is that every trial has built a throne for you. Stay with us, and you will learn the hidden keys to step into the light designed just for you. Silent testing grounds. They know the weight of unseen burdens, the restless nights when doubt claws at their heart, and the world around them remains silent. In those moments, they wonder if anyone notices their struggle, if anyone hears the prayers whispered in the darkness. Yet here they are, still standing, still breathing, still daring to believe that something greater is stirring beneath the surface. You too may feel that tightness in your chest, the question of whether you'll ever emerge in those lonely valleys into the light of recognition. Take heart. You are not lost or forsaken. The trials you face now are signposts on a journey toward a destiny that cannot be halted. Something profound is unfolding in your life, and the truths waiting to be revealed will shift everything you thought you knew about your purpose. Every day, they grapple with the same silent struggle, the gnawing sense that they should be further along, that their breakthroughs have been delayed or even denied. They feel the sting of rejection when doors remain closed, the seed of frustration sprouting in moments of clarity that feel wasted. Perhaps you wake before dawn, mind racing with what-ifs, or stare at a blank page, pleading for inspiration that never comes. You know the ache of investing your heart in dreams no one else seems to understand, and you've tasted the bitterness of feeling unseen. This inner turmoil is not merely a sign of weakness, but proof that something within you is desperate to be born. You are tuning into a frequency beyond the noise of everyday life, a frequency that demands you acknowledge the true significance of your journey. But what if those hidden battles were never random, never cruel twists of fate? What if each trial was orchestrated as part of a grand, divine design? Consider the words of Habakkuk, who wrote, "Though the fig tree does not blossom, and there is no fruit on the vines, yet I will rejoice in the Lord." Habakkuk 3 verses 17 to 19. In those dark moments of lack, the prophet found purpose and perseverance. Their situation mirrored Habakkuk's silence before God, a season of apparent emptiness that prepared him for a revelation of deeper joy and strength. This isn't a mere story from ancient pages. It is a mirror reflecting your own season of conditioned endurance. Your silent testing grounds are not voids, but crucibles forging the character and faith that will carry you into your next chapter. Now, even as you wrestle with doubt, you may begin to notice subtle shifts around you, small doorways opening, chance encounters that crash into your life like gentle waves, instincts sharpening as if guiding you along a hidden path. You might hear familiar songs in new ways, feel the sudden clarity of long elusive ideas, or experience moments when obstacles dissolve at just the right time. These are the seeds of transformation springing to life in secret. Imagine your inner world as a garden, long tended in hidden darkness, now stirring with green shoots of breakthrough. The timing is not random. Unseen hands are aligning your steps with precision. Wherever you look, synchronicities hum beneath the surface, inviting you to recognize that change is not on the horizon. It is already here. All around you, spiritual currents are moving to clear the way forward. Think of those uncanny coincidences, running into a mentor who offers the exact words you needed, finding resources you never sought, or feeling inexplicable peace in the midst of chaos. These are not accidents, but divine interventions orchestrated to catapult you toward elevation. What felt like relentless tests were landing pads, softening the impact of the rise you are about to experience. The same power that spoke galaxies into existence now whispers guidance through your heart, drawing you ever nearer to your appointed place. Trust that the alignment at work is both gracious and intentional, a covenant between heaven and your own deepest longing. Yet all this divine movement means little if you do not fully embrace it. Many shrink back at the prospect of transformation, fearing the unknown or doubting their worthiness of such elevation. But this is a pivotal moment where faith demands action. not simply acknowledging the signs, but stepping boldly into them. To resist now is to deny your own destiny. You are standing at the threshold of a new reality, and every hesitation echoes with the risk of missed opportunity. Remember, the same force that carries you through silent tests also grants the courage to claim your victory. The invitation before you is sacred. Will you press forward or retreat into the comfort of what you already know? It is time to stand tall in the truth of who you are, a chosen vessel marked by perseverance, sealed by unseen triumphs, and ready for the fullness of divine promise. Release the shackles of doubt, lay down the burdens that are not yours to bear, and step into reality that awaits beyond fear. Cultivate your spiritual practice with renewed devotion, whether through prayer, meditation, or the quiet study of words that kindle your soul. Surround yourself with fellow travelers who recognize the significance of this season and will cheer you on. Above all, trust that your calling is alive, breathing through every moment of your story. This is a year of your emergence, and nothing can thwart the seed of destiny growing within you. So claim this truth now with unwavering confidence. Your silent victories have prepared you for an undeniable rise. You are moving from the shadows into a place of visible honor, and every hidden step has been a sacred preparation. Let this section be the spark that ignites your next move. Comment victory if this resonates with you. A special thanks to our current members who fuel this mission and stand as living proof of divine change. And if you feel called to go even deeper, there's a sacred space reserved for our community, a private room where you receive full prophetic messages daily. Join our private membership through the link in the description and walk this path with us. Separation for elevation. They know the sting of being cast aside just when they thought their breakthrough was near, the raw ache of feeling abandoned at the very moment their purpose seemed poised to unfold. Perhaps you sense that same loneliness, the walls closing in as opportunities evaporate before your eyes. You lie awake in the deep of night, heart pounding with questions of why me and why now. You wonder whether the world had forgotten you, or if your dreams were ever meant to be. Yet in that shared solitude, there lies a hidden invitation to discover that what feels like exile is really an elevation in disguise. You are not alone in this journey, and there are truths waiting in the shadows that will illuminate the path forward. Trust that this moment of separation holds more significance than you can yet imagine, for it is the very crucible from which your true purpose will emerge. You may recall times when every door slammed shut, when relationships fractured, or when a sudden change in circumstance left you grasping for meaning. Maybe you poured your heart into a project that never took flight, felt your value dismissed by those you respected, or wrestled with the silence of unreturned prayers. That weight of rejection sits heavy on your shoulders, whispering that you're unworthy or forgotten. But this pain is not the end of your story. It is the raw material for transformation. In those low valleys, the embers of your true identity have been fanned by the winds of trial. Your struggle is not simply a roadblock, but the very context in which your faith is being refined. Recognizing this shift the narrative from victim to victor, from abandoned to anointed, consider the story of Gideon in the book of Judges, whose destiny was forged in the winepress rather than the palace. Hiding from enemies, he threshed wheat in secret, convinced he was the least likely of his clan to lead. Then an angel stood before him, calling him mighty warrior, and commissioning him to deliver Israel. Judges 6 verses 11 to 12. Gideon's isolation was not a sign of insignificance, but the preparation ground for divine purpose. His time alone in the twilight of fear and doubt cultivated the humility and courage he would need to command an army. Like Gideon, your solitude is not rejection, but a preparatory echo of greater things to come, shaping you into a vessel capable of carrying the weight of your call. Even now, faint tremors of change are stirring beneath the surface of your life. You might notice unexpected encouragement from a friend who reaches out at just the right moment, or you find a long-lost skill resurfacing as if awakened by an unseen hand. Daily routines shift in subtle ways. What once felt stale now carries a spark of possibility. Obstacles that once loomed large seem to recede when you least expect it, and new opportunities appear on your horizon like mirages, solidifying into reality. These are the visible and invisible signs of transformation, the gentle shifting of divine timing aligning every detail in your favor. If you pay close attention, You will see that the universe itself is rearranging to usher you toward the next level of your destiny. Behind the curtain, higher forces are orchestrating a symphony of synchronicities, clearing paths you never knew existed. A chance conversation becomes a catalyst for a major breakthrough. Doors once bolted shut open effortlessly. Ideas you whispered in prayer now receive tangible affirmation. This is not your resilience alone at work, but a convergence of faith and manifestation. Spirit-led alignment is knitting together each thread of your life story, weaving a tapestry of elevation. Your trials were never meant to break you, but to bend you into shape, to carve out space for something far greater than you could have planned. Embrace the reality that divine intervention is as real now as it was for those ancient heroes of faith. Yet knowing that forces are at work is only half the equation. True elevation demands your willingness to step into the unknown. Many recoil at the very thought of transformation, shackled by the fear of change or the comfort of familiarity. You might hesitate, asking yourself if you are truly worthy of such a calling, or clinging to the rhythms of your past even when they no longer serve you. But this is a sacred crossroads where fear must yield to faith. To stand in your power means to receive the mantle of purpose with open hands and an open heart, trusting that what felt like isolation was really the womb of your becoming. This moment calls for radical acceptance of your own potential. Now is the moment to claim the elevation waiting for you. Release the doubts that whisper you're not ready. Shed the fears that bind you to yesterday's limitations and move forward with unwavering conviction. Cultivate daily rituals that anchor you in your spiritual truth, whether through prayer, meditation, or journaling reflections on the signs you've begun to see. Surround yourself with those who mirror your vision and hold space for your breakthrough. Assert your chosen identity with bold declarations. I am elevated for this season, or I embrace the purpose unfolding in me. Each step you take in faith accelerates the divine alignment already in motion, empowering you to inhabit your calling fully. Remember that this season of separation has prepared you for a throne you may not yet see, but one whose shadows loom just beyond your doubts. Your isolation has been the secret forge of your destiny, equipping you with humility, strength, and an unshakable faith. Stand in this truth. You are elevated, you are ready, and you are not walking alone. Comment elevated if this resonates with you. And to every soul who supported with a super thanks, thank you. You are keeping this light alive for others who haven't found it yet. If you feel called to help this mission reach more chosen ones, tap the super thanks button below. Your energy supports these messages and helps them travel further. Your voice matters, your belief matters, and your light is felt here. The hidden battles, public rewards. They know the ache of battles fought in secret, the nights when tears soaked their pillow and no one knew the war raging in their heart. They have carried burdens too heavy for words, praying in emptiness for a spark of hope. Perhaps you felt that silent roar inside you, the frustration of pouring out your soul with no one to see, no one to hear. You wonder if those hidden struggles even matter. Yet these unseen conflicts are the forge of your testimony, the raw material for a triumph that will shine like a beacon. You are not alone. In the shadows of your pain, a seed of purpose takes root, preparing to burst into light when the moment is right. Stay with this truth. Your private battles are not wasted. They are the prelude to public rewards more glorious than you can imagine. In the quiet of pre-dawn hours, they'll face the same questions that keep you awake. Am I enough? Will this effort ever pay off? They felt the sting of rejection when their passion was dismissed, the confusion of doors closing just as they thought breakthrough was near. Perhaps a friendship fractured over misunderstanding, or a project you poured your heart into fell flat before it even began. Those moments of doubt were not meaningless. They weighed on your spirit like stones in a backpack, each one a test of faith. You may have wondered if God had forgotten you, or if your calling was a mirage. But those stones are being polished into diamonds. The weight you carry now is evidence of the depth of your destiny. What if those hidden struggles were never accidents, but part of a grand, divine plot? In the valley of dry bones, Ezekiel saw lifeless remains scattered across the earth. God commanded him to prophesy, and breath returned to the bones, forming legions of living warriors. This was not spectacle but preparation, a vision that spoke directly to the heart of despair and showed how silence and death can birth mighty life. Ezekiel 37 verses 1 to 14. Like Ezekiel's bones, your trials may feel like lifeless fragments, but they carry the promise of resurrection. Every hidden battle you've fought has been a stroke in a greater masterpiece, a quiet rehearsal for the chorus of victory that will echo across your life. Now, even as you reflect on those quiet struggles, you may begin to notice gentle tremors of change in your world. A long-stalled idea suddenly clicks into place during an ordinary afternoon. You catch a glimpse of someone who encourages you with a simple, "I believe in you," and it feels like rain in a desert. Opportunities appear where none existed. A chance encounter on a commute, an unexpected invitation to speak, a new door that swings open without effort. These small signs are like the first green shoots pushing through cracked earth after a hard winter. They signal that divine timing is now at work, aligning your path so that every step forward resonates with higher purpose. Behind the scenes, spiritual currents are moving to clear obstacles you thought were permanent. They are weaving synchronicities into your days. The exact resource you needed lands in your hands. A mentor reaches out with advice born of your own struggle, or a storm in your life simply dissipates without explanation. These interventions reveal that what you endured was never pure endurance, but preparation for an elevation greater than you can plan. Faith and manifestation now walk hand in hand, each reinforcing the other. The same power that spoke galaxies into being whispers to your spirit, calling you to rise above the ashes of past battles and claim the promise waiting for you. But recognizing these signs is only the beginning. Many recoil at the idea of stepping into a new reality, afraid that embracing their calling means leaving behind all they have known. You might cling to old roles, old comforts, or old stories about your limitations. Yet this is the sacred crossroads where you must choose faith over fear. True alignment demands more than witnessing miracles. It requires full participation in the miracle itself. Just as a seed must surrender to decay before sprouting, you must surrender outdated beliefs before awakening to your true power. This is the pivotal moment to decide. Will you accept the mantle of your destiny or retreat into the familiarity of yesterday? Now is the time to rise in boldness, to declare that your hidden battles have not been in vain. Release the doubts that whisper you're not ready. Lay down the fears that chain you to your past. Affirm with conviction that you are a warrior whose tears have watered the soil of your future triumph. Cultivate daily rituals that root you in this truth, a moment of gratitude each morning, a breath of prayer at night, or a journal entry acknowledging each small victory. Seek out those who walk a similar path and share stories of perseverance. Each action taken in faith amplifies the divine alignment already working in your favor. Remember this: the world is waiting for your testimony, hungry for the light that only your story can bring. Your private battles are about to become public rewards that inspire and uplift. You are on the brink of a revelation so profound that nothing will ever be the same. Let this be your clarion call to step fully into your purpose. Comment reward if you resonate with this truth. Recognizing the 1% anointing, they feel the tug of something stirring deep within, a quiet knowing that they are not meant for ordinary paths. In the stillness of their heart, they sense a fire that sets them apart, a spark too bright for shadows. Maybe you felt it in moments when your dreams soared beyond logic, or when a small voice whispered that you were destined for more. You've wondered if this inner flame was mere wishful thinking, or if it carried real power. Yet here you are, drawn to this message because a hidden truth is calling your name. You are part of a rare remnant, a chosen few whose destiny is to shake the foundations of the world. Soon, the veil will lift and you will see the design of your anointing in full color. At times, the weight of being set apart has felt like a burden rather than a blessing. You watch friends follow well-trodden routes while you hesitated, uncertain of where your path might lead. There were days when you questioned your worth, moments when every setback echoed in your mind as proof that you didn't belong. You may have pressed on in silence, afraid to share your vision for fear of ridicule or rejection. Those secret doubts gnawed at your confidence, making you wonder if the gift inside you was ever meant to find its voice. Yet each pang of uncertainty, each lonely step, had prepared the ground for your destiny. Those trials were crucibles designed to strengthen you for a calling that demands courage and conviction. What if every moment of hesitation, every bout of self-doubt, was part of a divine blueprint laid out long before you were born? In the book of Zephaniah, the Lord declares, "I will leave among you a meek and humble people, and they shall take refuge in the name of the Lord." Zephaniah 3 verse 12. This promise of faithful remnant reveals that even when circumstances suggest you are alone, you are held by a purpose that transcends human understanding. Your unique struggles are not signs of failure, but markers on a map leading to your appointed role. In those quiet hours of uncertainty, your character was being polished, your vision refined, so that when the time came, you would rise with clarity and power. Now, look for the subtle shifts in your world that herald the coming breakthrough. You might notice new strength surfacing, an unexpected burst of creativity, a renewed sense of empathy that touches others, or an uncanny ability to speak truth when it matters most. Opportunities you never sought may find you. A chance meeting at a cafe turns into a life-changing partnership, or a forgotten skill resurfaces just when it's needed. Like the first rays of dawn breaking through night's curtain, these signs illuminate the path ahead. They are proof that divine timing is at work, weaving your experiences together into a tapestry of rising influence. Pay attention to these whispers of change. They are the prelude to your grand unveiling. Behind the scenes, unseen hands are arranging every detail to clear your way. Perhaps you experience sudden breakthroughs in areas long stalled, or receive guidance through dreams and intuitive nudges that defy coincidence. These synchronicities are not random. They are the fingerprint of a higher power aligning your steps with precision. What felt like relentless tests were actually gentle preparations for elevation. The same force that spoke galaxies into existence now moves in your life, guiding resources, relationships, and ideas toward you. When you embrace this reality, faith and manifestation converge, revealing that your calling is not only real, but ordained. Your anointing is not a fleeting gift, but a steadfast commission to make an impact unlike any other. Yet knowing these forces are at work is only the beginning. Many shrink from a mantle they were born to wear, afraid that stepping into power will thrust them into trials too great to bear. You might hesitate, anxious that the spotlight will expose your flaws or that the responsibilities will outweigh the rewards. But this is the sacred threshold of your journey, where fear must be traded for faith. To truly embody your anointing, you must not only see the signs, but welcome them with open arms. Imagine a seed bursting through hard soil. It cannot flourish unless it surrenders to the transformation. Now is the moment to decide whether you will rise fully into your purpose or linger in the safety of the familiar. You have glimpsed your potential, felt the stirrings of divine favor, and seen the first fruits of your hidden battles. Now it is time to stand boldly in your identity as a member of the 1% anointed to usher in change. Release the doubts that whisper you are unworthy, and cast aside the fears that bind you to yesterday's limitations. Begin each morning with a declaration of your destiny. Speak aloud that you are chosen, empowered, and ready. Deepen your spiritual practices in ways that resonate with your heart, whether through focused prayer, meditative journaling, or seeking counsel from kindred spirits. Trust the unfolding process, knowing that every step forward magnifies the divine alignment already at work. This is your call to action. Move boldly and without hesitation. Carry this truth with you. You are not an afterthought in the universe's design, but a pivotal force meant to ignite transformation. Your anointing is a beacon, a call to lift others as you rise. The world needs your vision, your courage, your light. Stand now in unwavering confidence, knowing that your hidden preparation has been the greatest gift you could receive. The time has come for your flame to burn bright for all to see. Come and anointed if this resonates with you. Divine acceleration and responsibility. They feel the world spinning faster than they ever planned. One day, they were walking at a steady pace, and the next, every moment seems urgent, every chance fleeting. You might wake to a rush of thoughts, heart pounding as deadlines loom, opportunities knock, and your mind races to keep up. It's as if life hit fast forward, and you're scrambling to find the play button. You're not alone in this world of change. Many chosen ones tremble at the thought of moving beyond their comfort zone, afraid that if they lean into this acceleration, they'll lose control. Yet here lies the key. Beyond the fear is a path paved by a power greater than any clock or calendar. This theme matters because it holds a secret to not just surviving the rush, but thriving in it. Stay with this moment. Lean into the heartbeat of destiny, and prepare to discover truths that will anchor you even as everything around you shifts. They have felt the weight of relentless momentum pressing on their spirit, the exhaustion of chasing goals that seem to leap out of reach. Perhaps you've tasted that fatigue when your to-do list is endless, or that sinking doubt when your dreams race ahead while you lag behind. You know the frustration of having vision but not enough hours in the day, of carrying a calling that demands speed but finding your feet mired in self-doubt. You may have watched others soar, wondering if you missed a secret lesson on how to unlock swift favor. These moments sting because they touch the core of your purpose. You weren't meant to drift aimlessly. You were designed to move with intent. The emotional weight of these obstacles can feel like chains, but they are in truth the setup for a launch. Recognizing their burden helps you realize that each struggle is part of a bigger story, one that has not yet reached its crescendo. What if this rushing tide is not a random surge, but a deliberate push from a divine hand? In the book of Isaiah, we find a promise that speaks directly to this season. The least of you will become a clan, and the smallest a mighty nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in its time. Isaiah 60, verse 22. This lesser-cited verse reveals that acceleration is not a sign of chaos, but a mark of divine timing. Your past struggles with the soil of preparation, and now, unseen forces are turning the key that unlocks speed. Think of eagles whose wings catch the wind at just the right height. They do not flap harder, but trust the current. Likewise, your path is preordained to shift into a higher gear at the precise moment. When you understand that this acceleration is part of a sacred pattern, you can release resistance and open yourself to the unfolding momentum. Already, you may notice signs of transformation shimmering at the edges of your life. A project you thought stalled suddenly receives a burst of interest. A conversation you initiated lightly blossoms into a major collaboration. You catch small moments where ideas flow with ease, as if someone pressed play on your creative engine. In your daily routine, mundane tasks become ripe with opportunity. An errand run leads to a chance meeting that alters your course. These are like stars appearing one by one in the dark sky, each a point guiding you toward your destination. They are not coincidences, but markers on a map drawn by unseen hands. Pay close attention to these hints: a sudden pulse of inspiration, a door swinging open, or an unexpected gift of time. They prove that divine timing is now weaving your story into a pattern of rapid ascent. Behind the veil, spiritual currents are gathering strength to propel you forward. You might experience prompts in prayer that feel more like instructions, or intuitive downloads that guide your steps with uncanny precision. Seemingly random events, finding a vital contact's phone number at the exact moment, a book falling off a shelf opening to the page you needed, are in fact interventions orchestrated to clear your path. Your earlier trials were never tests to see how long you could endure, but the groundwork for elevation. Faith and manifestation converge here. Your belief in action becomes the engine of your rise. Every prayer whispered in doubt, every secret struggle you endured, stands now as evidence that this season of swift change is both real and intentional. Trust that these alignments are not fleeting. They are the launch codes for your destiny. At this junction, knowing that divine intervention is at play is not enough. You must decide to step into this rush without hesitation. Many recoil at the speed of change, fearful they will be swept away by currents they cannot navigate. You might cling to the safety of familiar routines or question whether you deserve this sudden favor. Yet true alignment demands surrender. Surrender to the unknown, to the speed, to the power that lifts you beyond your own plans. Imagine a sailboat letting loose its mooring lines and catching a fresh wind. Only when it relinquishes control does it glide swiftly across the water. This moment calls for your wholehearted embrace of transformation. The path ahead may feel uncertain, but it is paved by a light you cannot yet fully see. Will you anchor to fear, or set your sails to the wind of divine acceleration? Now is the time to claim your role as a steward of this new season. Now is the moment to stand in your power with clarity, knowing every test is led here. Subscribe if you haven't yet, like this video, and comment, "I am chosen to let this message anchor in your soul." Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Thank you to all our supporting members who shine this light every day. 4 full prophetic revelations daily. Join the membership via the link in the description. Your spiritual path deserves more than fragments. Step into the full light. And if this message moved you deeply, consider tapping the Super Thanks button to support the mission. Every Super Thanks fuels the light we're spreading together. Walk boldly in your divine destiny.